Jesus Christ. Oh my God. He's killing his own and everything.
Yeah.
Come on. Lower numbers and he's doing, I mean, oh my God, just a hell.
We may as well be chicken shit, my kid.
Yes. I wish he'd squish that first guy. Jesus. There you go. You're like 5 deep.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing good for what they're given. Come on, there's got to be something here. Rivers of Dragons. Yes. Oh, shit. He's getting trampled. Yes. Yes. A concern there. I know who it is. Told you she wrote that letter to what's his dick. Littlefinger and his shit-eating grin. Never been so happy to see your face. Yes. Slicing right through him.
Crazy eyes.
It's like shit. Holy shit. No. What a ballsy dude.
You suggested one-on-one combat, didn't
Oh,
you?
now you do.
I've reconsidered. I think that sounds like a wonderful idea.
He likes that, John. Jesus. Jesus. Yes.
buried my brother in the crypt, next to my father.
Jon, where is he?
Hello, Sansa.
Hello, Clarice.
That's what he sounded like.
Yeah, I did.
You can't kill me. I'm part of you now.
Your words will disappear. Your house will disappear. Your name will disappear. All memory of you will disappear.
My hands will never harm me.
You haven't fed them in 7 days, you said it yourself.
They're loyal beasts.
They were. Now they're starving.
Oh, shit. Wow. She smiling? Sansa, you
Badass girl.
bitch.
You
Wow.
badass bitch. So, episode 9.
Yeah, let's take a break for a minute. I want to absorb a couple things here.
Yeah,
What a frickin' episode.
I told you.
Wow. And we have one more?
We have another one. Yep. Felt like a season ender, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a few minutes break, you guys. Let him absorb everything, and then we'll
Yes.
come back and answer some questions.
Yep.
All right. Hey, you guys. We are back. We took a, a couple hour break. Steve digested the whole...
And the meal.
Yeah, and we ate, and, he had some time to kind of absorb everything. That episode, by the way, was called Battle of the Bastards.
Oh, okay.
That's why I didn't want to say before, because I didn't want to give it away. But the Battle of the Bastards. But yeah, so any thoughts about the episode before we get into questions?
Let's dive into the questions.
Dive in? All right. The
Because
first one...
a lot of the things I probably have thought about is sitting right there.
That's true. So, as a part of the first question, Ava / Age of the Witch.
Ava.
My name is Ava.
Yeah. She has some information about this episode that she wants to
okay.
share with you. And then after that, she has a couple
Sweet.
questions. Okay.
Questions. Number 1.
Battle of the Bastards received immense critical acclaim, with several reviewers calling it a masterpiece. Many have called it the best episode of the series, and is regarded as one of the greatest television episodes of all time for its direction, writing, performances, and battle sequences. Critics described the battle in the North as terrifying, gripping, and exhilarating, with Kit Harington's performance receiving high praise, and Daenerys' reunion with her dragons at the beginning of the episode as thrilling. The battle took 25 days to film and required 500 extras,
Wow.
600 crew members, and 70 horses. In the United States, the episode had a viewership of 7.66 million in its initial broadcast. Now it's over 700 million views.
Holy cow.
Whoa.
It's earned Game of Thrones several Primetime Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Directing and Outstanding Writing.
Oh, yeah.
The episode was Kit Harington's choice to support his nomination for the Outstanding Supporting Actor. Sapochnik, who was the director, also won the Directors Guild of America Award for Outstanding Directing in a Drama Series for the episode. Another amazing fact, that shot with the horses charging at Jon is a 100% real shot, no CGI.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I did see that too, and did you notice the one shot too, where the one shot that just stayed on Jon for like, you know how they did that in Hard Home too, but this one was much longer, where there's no cuts for like a solid like 30 seconds.
Mommy,
It was amazing. You'll have to watch that one
this
back.
paper gave me
So here is my 2-part question for Steve.
Okay. All right.
One.
Great info, though.
Yeah. 1. I would love to know, what are your feelings and thoughts knowing those facts and seeing the battle? Have you thought for a second during that time or remembered that this is a TV show, not a movie? And have you ever seen a better coordinated battle on screen, directing, acting, and visual effects alike? If so, which battle was that, and why do you think it's better? So that's the first question.
I've seen a lot of good movies. And that was pretty impressive.
And especially being that it's a TV show.
You know, the only thing I could probably even come close to this would be maybe Star Wars. But nothing to this that I can think up offhand.
Can compare with, well, what about the other battles that we've seen in this show, for instance? So like Battle at Blackwater,
Pretty
then
good.
there's the Battle at the Wall,
That one was good.
then there's Hard Home.
Well,
then
this one.
This one
like
is more
this
of
one.
like a typical.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think the choreography of the battle was like spectacular, very realistic, very, very great.
Well, you're right. This is a TV show, but as far as a TV show goes, this probably surpasses many movies that I've seen, and I had to go to a movie to even come close.
To even come, like, there's no battle in another TV show that could compare to this.
No.
But
No.
when you're thinking about, like, it would have to be a movie, like, I don't know, maybe like Braveheart.
I don't know. These other directors have their work cut out if they're going to beat Game of Thrones.
Miguel Sapochnik also directed Hard Home, just so you know.
Okay. Same guy?
Same guy. He directed
Wow.
Hard Home, and he directed the next episode that we're going to watch.
Oh, shit. Wow.
So,
I can only imagine what's going to go down in 10. I have no idea. I don't know where that could have ended and went into 7.
right. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's still some things.
The only thing that can maybe beat this is maybe a battle with the White Walkers, but I don't think that's the story's built up to that yet.
Okay.
For now.
And Ava's second question.
Ava.
It's kind of just more, information too as well. Now, what do you think of the fact that the one coordinating those horses of the battle itself was a female horse mistress called Camilla? She is the one who asked for the freedom to make it happen the way she had imagined, and David Benioff gave her that freedom, and magic happened. Also, the main production designer is a female. Her name is Deborah Riley. She is an Australian Emmy-winning production designer and art director.
Wow.
Director.
Good. I mean, great. That's great information.
We had to have Ava go in the other room, you guys, because she was just coughing and
She's not a very good cover of coughs.
Yeah. But yeah, so like Ava had mentioned before, with the 100% real, the horses were actually charging at him. And I know that they used a special lens on the camera to make the horses appear closer than they were, basically.
Yeah. Wow.
But it really...
I wonder, did they show her, or...
maybe in... I don't know. Maybe
Incredible.
in, like... You know, the extras on the Blu-ray, perhaps.
I wonder
but
how
I don't
many
know.
people know this. Because that was
know.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, because
Thanks for
those
that.
are things that I didn't even know.
I love the stuff that you share, and that many of you share with me.
Yeah, like them little details and them little tidbits of information. Like, that's
things
really...
I won't forget.
Yeah. The next question is from Mohammed.
Mohammed!
Did you, Steve, notice that the shield that Jon used to block Ramsay's arrows was a Mormont shield? Bear Island. Those 62 men were surely helpful.
No. I saw the shield, and I was going to say something, but things were going on.
I was going to say, I don't think you said much during that battle, because you were just so...
I knew it wasn't the Boltons. I knew it wasn't the Boltons, or... So I kind of figured I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Because, obviously...
It caught your attention,
yes,
but you
well,
couldn't
he was
really
holding
tell.
it up
Yeah,
and
I
taking
could tell
arrows
you were
to it.
kind of looking at it pretty...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it had a bear on it. It was for Bear Island.
Well, good. I'm glad
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't one of his, and I thought,
Right.
what shield? It's not the, the Starks, or it isn't the,
You couldn't remember which... Like, you probably couldn't tell that it was a bear on there, but it was a bear.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
So I'm glad someone came up with that.
The next question is from Simona.
Simona.
Is this your favorite episode?
It was, yeah, I mean...
I know you love battles.
I had... The hair on my arm was literally standing
like the entire time. Yeah.
I mean, there was points where I thought this was all going to be for naught, and then all of a sudden, Littlefinger showed up.
Finally did
and
something
saved
good.
the day.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
He saved the day. Yeah. They
really
were...
did. Even though I think he's...
I mean, I would credit Sansa with that, though. Because she's the one that called on him.
She didn't want to, you could tell.
Yeah, she didn't want to, no.
Anyway, back to the question.
Yeah.
Very good question. You're really asking me a tough one, because it's so... There's several... This was one of my favorites, but God, I mean, only by little hairs. We're splitting hairs here.
Yeah, splitting hairs. Yeah. But it's up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the things that Danny's done, the battles that I've seen, this one being obviously the best.
This is, yeah.
I wouldn't have my hair standing on edge if
Right.
that were not the case.
Right.
I was engraved in the scene, and also, I don't know, I'll have to look if I was even reacting. It probably was in my face. I don't know. I hope, because I was really...
I think you were just like very into what you
loved
were
it.
watching. Yeah.
And especially when Jon was rattling off his fist.
When he was rattling off his punches.
Yeah, I was hoping that he would stay alive. And yeah, let's go to the next question, because I'm sure that could come up.
The next question is from Pizza Maker.
Pete, I like him already.
I used to be a pizza maker too.
Pizza Maker. She smelled like garlic all the time.
From all characters that have died until now, the death of Leaf and One were the hardest for me to bear. After seeing the Battle of the Bastards, we saw the last living giant that we know of die by the hands of Ramsay Bolton. Do you think that there are any giants left And do you think we will see any more of this interesting species? Also, we've seen the last children of the forest that we know die by the hands of the White Walkers, as the same for the giants. Do you think that are there any children of the forest left? Do you think we will see any more of this interesting species?
Well, they kind of left it to the point that was it.
That's what it.
That
Yeah, that's
the
what
White
it would
Walkers
look
wiped
like.
them out, and
Yeah.
it does appear that there is no more giants. Would I like to see more? Hell yeah!
Right?
Hell yes! I love the giant.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I want a replica.
I want a giant.
I do. I want a replica.
You want
giant.
a replica of 1-1?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you another little secret. When they dropped the Stark banners back at Winterfell,
Yeah.
I almost
You
almost
almost got
had
a
a
little
tear.
tear. That was an emotional
But then-
moment because
but
it's
then-
like, yes.
it all led to that moment when they dropped theirs and theirs came down. I wanted to cry. I kind of. I mean, what a well-written script. I mean, God, you had the battles, you had the emotion, you had the fighting, you had Sansa getting the final blow.
That's what you said too. You had said,
Look
all
at this.
along.
Look at.
How high your hairs
This-
are standing up.
I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't.
His hairs are like standing
Yes.
way up.
It was such. Yeah, you're right. If there's going to be a favorite episode,
You'd have to
This-
say this one
but
is...
I mean, I had a whole lot of time to kind of think about it, and this had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it was, and I knew you'd love it too, just because of the fact that there was a huge battle, and you like that's your type of thing. Like you like those battles.
Oh, I love them.
But
yeah.
then also, I knew you would love it because we get our revenge, our
Yes.
vengeance for Ramsay, and plus, just like
What about Arya? We haven't really talked about.
we
you know,
haven't seen Arya at all this episode.
I know, but
Yeah.
back to back, I've got to watch
Yeah,
2 great episodes. Arya.
Arya is going home.
Yep.
Don't know when we'll see her again.
Killed
She
the girl.
killed the girl.
All she saw was a slice of the candle, and then boom, boom, and she drug her back and peeled her face off.
Put her face on there.
And then we turn around and we watch episode 9, and here we have the revenge. Jon stood true, and I was a little worried.
I was worried too. I mean,
He was getting buried alive.
He was getting trampled to
I
death.
thought that was going to be the end.
He was struggling to breathe. Like the guy.
I could, honest to God, feel it.
Yeah, me too.
Like I started kind of breathing, like it was heavy on my chest. I mean, for a movie to movie.
Exactly. It makes you
It's a
feel like
movie.
it's a movie. It
It's
really
a movie.
does.
Every episode's a movie. It made me feel like I couldn't breathe. It made me feel what he was going through.
Yeah.
It's weird how you put yourself into those positions.
Yeah. And you feel their emotions and their
Yes.
struggles, and this show is really good at doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sansa, when she walked away, it was really, really dark, but after she let the dogs out and that dog bit his frickin' chin.
Yeah, right on his face.
The best thing that happened to that dude was I think he dug Jon punching him.
Yeah, it's almost like he was laughing or smiling, like he didn't mind, like that.
But the thing that got him was
His own hounds.
Yeah.
His own hounds.
And what did his dad say? Think about that.
You act like a mad dog, you'll get treated like a
And fed to the
pigs or
Basic-
whatever he said. But basically, that's what happened.
So-
He was fed to something.
So
Yep.
his daddy's words
Came to fruition.
even though he deserved to kill his dad for killing.
Yeah, well, they both deserve to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But the son was.
Ramsay was far more.
And I guess another thing we haven't really
Evil.
talked about, and I think that really gets hidden here, we don't get to see Rickon a whole lot.
No.
In the whole series,
The entire series, they kind of downplayed his character quite a bit.
and the last one we've seen is run to your brother when Jon's feet from him
Yeah.
to pick him up and swoop him up, and an arrow goes right through his heart.
Yep.
How sad was that? I don't think that we were ever going to talk about that, but that was something I wanted to talk about.
That was very sad. It was incredibly sad that he was inches away from his brother.
The heir.
And he was taken. I mean, and it is incredibly sad that Rickon did not have a bigger role, because he was still a Stark. I think people tend to forget that because he was kind of in the background all the time.
He reminded me of Robb. He really did.
Yeah, he had the curly hair like Robb, and like it was a bit lighter, but he was different, like more wild, I guess you could say, but he was still a Stark, and we all kind of forget about him because we never see him very much.
You always think about Bran.
It was still incredibly sad.
Another Stark gone.
And then even when they were bringing in his body, and Jon said, "Oh, I want him buried in the crypts next to our father."
Yep.
That literally puts a tear in my eye every time. Mm-hmm. So, no, I get it.
But what an amazing character Jon Snow is, to defend his sister, defend the family, go after Rickon at all odds against him. He was going to
literally, he ran all by himself into the opposing side, not thinking about the fact that he's a dead man by doing that, pretty much. But he wanted to save his little brother, if he could.
And when his brother died, it was game on.
You could see like the rage in his face building.
God, I love Jon Snow's character, and
Steve's like, I'm going to have to watch this episode again.
I hope they don't kill him again or do something whacked out like that, because his character is, him and Dany, and I mean,
he's got the heart. He's got the heart. He's an amazing fighter, an amazing. His intentions are good. Mm-hmm. Whereas a lot of people we've seen in the past, their intentions have not been good. They've just been all about power or all about whatever, But let's move on to the next question.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Was really wrapped up into the show.
I know.
It was really good.
And that's why we had to take a time
I knew there's
out.
going to be a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Silver of House Storm.
Hey, Silver. I'm sorry I called you a guy earlier. I did not know. I don't get to read a lot of the comments. I will soon.
Yes, you will soon. Were you satisfied with how Ramsay died? Or would you have preferred it if Ghost had shredded the bastard instead?
No, I kind of like how they did it.
I would have to agree. I liked the way they did it.
Even though that'd be cool too.
Yep.
I would have taken either.
But the fact that it was his own house.
Yeah, you see, and he was like, they're loyal, they're obedient, they would never
harm me.
Yeah, and well, then Sansa had the little smart comment.
She said,
"Well, you
haven't fed them in 7 days."
Yourself.
Yeah,
and wow, that's what you call reaping what you sow.
I'm just glad that, just to see her smile as she walked away. I was like, yas, bitch. Like, yes.
Well, he raped her. And he also...
He tortured her, basically.
He tortured her to the end.
Yeah.
To the end.
Even to the very end, when he was sitting there, he was still trying to be manipulative and say, I'm always a part of you now.
Mm-hmm.
And
yep. Yeah, how sick.
Ooh, I hate that.
Yeah, but, we can sit there and even get mad even now, and he's
gone.
Still dead.
He's dead and gone, so...
But Sansa, it seemed like she was okay.
And did you notice that, when the hounds started eating Ramsay, she, turned to walk away, and then she changed her mind and turned back and watched until they were done? Or until...
No, I didn't catch that.
Mm-hmm. When they bit his face... panned to Sansa, and then she like turned to where like she was gonna start walking away, and then she was like turned back and like watched. Maybe to make sure they finish the job. I don't know.
No, I think there might be some irony to that too.
Some irony in the
making Theon watch. And when he turned away, he said, "No, watch." Think about that.
Maybe there is some irony there because.
There is.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna say there is.
Steve's like there is. Period.
What do you think? I think so.
Okay. Next question is from Cory75.
Cory75.
Steve's thoughts on Battle of the Bastards. In my opinion, the best battle scene on TV. Epic one-shot scene of Jon, etc. Do you miss Ramsay? I know I love to hate that punk.
Cory, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
You love it. What?
Just when you think the bad guy is gone, another one emerges.
Yeah, and I think we do have a question about that. So we'll wait to get to that one. And we've only got a couple more.
No, I'm cool. But Cory, great. Yeah, I agree with you. He's that bad guy you freaking hate, and when he's gone, you're like, oh, damn. You need a bad guy.
You gotta have a bad guy, right?
I mean, Joffrey was a
dork. A little shit. He was just...
a dork shit.
A dork shit. Oh. Next question is
Seeing him die was... Both deaths were freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And they kind of killed him the way things should be done. I mean, things that have a little bit of irony to them, too.
Yeah. I thought I really enjoyed the way they chose to take out Ramsay. Number one, having it be Sansa, that I love.
Finish the deal.
Yeah, that finished it. Like I
Jon
love that.
set it up.
I love that Jon was sitting there like beating the shit out of him, and I would have been okay if he would have just beat him to death, because it would have been for Sansa, and she would have been standing there watching.
He did look up. He did look up,
and he stopped. He looked at Sansa, and then he stopped.
He's pretty much gone over then.
I mean, he was pretty, yeah. But then the fact that he stopped and made a conscious decision, okay, you know, maybe
well
she deserves this more than me. I mean, that's my take on it.
No, that's a great take.
Yeah.
That's a great take on it.
Next question is from Craig Kostelecki.
Craig. Go Bears.
And that kind of just was what we were just talking about. As Jon is beating Ramsay to death, he looks over and at Sansa and stops. Do you think he stopped because he didn't want her to see him go too far? Or do you think that he felt that Sansa deserved to finish Ramsay off? That's really surprising because I did not know that was the next question.
That's exactly how I felt. Like he looked up at her almost like, you're exactly right. What you just said is what I thought. And then after I took a break and went back to it, I thought, no, I think it's because...
For Sansa.
Because she was looking at him and kind of like, oh my God. You know, like... But... So
you thought maybe it was like, okay, I'm not going to let my sister see me beat somebody to death?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, how Craig wrote it is exactly the way I felt to the number.
Oh, okay.
And then after coming back to it,
and then you're like, maybe it could be a little both.
It very well could be, Craig.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what I thought when he was knocking the piss out of him.
Yeah.
You looked up at Sansa. It was almost like, okay, reality hit me.
Yeah, it kind of brought him back down to earth or whatever.
I'm not this guy that should be doing this, and in front of her.
Right.
Especially.
In front of his sister.
Yes.
Yeah, he had more... Maybe it was that he has more respect for his sister.
That was well written.
To do that right in front of her. I don't know.
Thanks, Craig.
Next question is from Cory Gasaway.
Cory.
We see that Sansa reached out to Littlefinger for assistance, and that he actually came through on his word by aiding them with the Knights of the Vale. So what are we to make of this? Has Baelish come to Sansa's aid to truly help her, or is he trying to make amends for the abuse she suffered with Ramsay? Does he generally care for her, or is this all just the puppet master at play once again?
I'm going with C.
Puppet master? Is that what
Yeah, absolutely.
I would have to say it would benefit.
This wasn't his... I mean, let's be honest here. He's weaseled his way into everything. Chaos
is a ladder.
Yeah. And he's taken... I mean, he came in at the end.
Very end.
When it was... When the difference could be made at that point.
Yeah.
The hard,
and caught him off guard, too.
Stuttering like... I'm thinking through the scene.
Yeah.
Most of the hard work was already completed and done. People had died, people had perished, and then there was, just the 100, 200 guys left.
There was
maybe.
a couple hundred guys left, yeah.
And
they were about ready to be dead.
Yeah, and they were backed up and things weren't going good, and then that happens. I don't know if that was a timing thing or
I don't know
if
it was.
But Sansa rode up with them, so I don't know if that was she came.
Yeah, I don't.
With them, or
if she met them somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know.
After Jon took off, I never saw her again.
Right. The timing is. I don't know if it was just happened to be when they got there, or if it was like they wanted to catch them utterly off guard. Or, I don't know.
What are we coming into?
Yeah, I'm not sure about any of that, but I would have to agree with you that this is probably Baelish playing Puppet Master again, because it benefits him more to have the Starks in Winterfell rather than Bolton.
Yeah.
He's trying to work his little fingers with Sansa. If Sansa's there in charge of Winterfell because she's the last known living Stark.
Well, she isn't a big fan of him either.
Yeah, but
is she now?
I think it's I think that Baelish feels like he can manipulate her. And maybe he can. Maybe he can't.
I don't think so now.
Right.
Look,
I mean, she's getting pretty smart.
She's been through the ringer.
Yeah.
With the Joffrey, Cersei, the master. I mean, every one of them are masters of their game.
Right.
And she's had to learn. And then Bolton. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that was...
Do you think she's going to be that frickin' naive? Not anymore.
Right.
This is the new and improved girl.
Yeah.
She don't have to put up with anything anymore.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. Last question is from Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Now that Ramsay is dead, the villains list grows a bit thinner. Who would you rank as your top 3 antagonists now? That's a tough one.
Okay.
I already can name one.
Cersei.
I can name 2. Cersei.
Definitely the dead.
The Night's King. Or the Night King, yeah.
And whatever his frickin' name is, Iron Islands.
Oh, Euron? You think he's going to be a villain?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's go murder them. Yeah. Okay.
And I kind of said, it's kind of like the new Bolton.
So you would say that Cersei is more of a villain than the Night King? Yeah.
Look, she loves her kids. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
your number 1, and then the Night King, and then Euron.
Look, she got touched by. I don't see her making too many more mistakes.
Okay. All right.
And just because they did the trial by combat means nothing to that girl.
Okay.
You're messing with Master, the ultimate puppet master in Cersei.
Okay. Well, and
That's my 3.
We still have 8 more episodes. 1 more in this season, and then 7 more in next
But the one
season.
they ought to pay attention to is the Night King.
Yeah, I mean, I would say he's the biggest threat to mankind. Cersei's probably just the bigger threat to...
She's just going to supply him with more dead.
Oh, Cersei is? Well, that's all the questions I have. We are going to watch episode 10 right now.
Yes. Any questions?
So that we can finish up with season 6.
Any questions?
And we do have plenty of questions for episode 10. So we'll ask those in the next video. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys, we really appreciate every last one of you. Make sure you like this video.
Make sure you like it.
Leave your comments and questions below. And also go over to the community tab if you guys have any questions for season 7 that you'd like me to ask Steve during any particular episode. There is a spot over there in the community tab to post your questions.
And we're so close to being caught up.
We are very close. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and ring that notification bell. And thank you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing and awesome day.
Thanks, and hope amazing happens to you. Peace out.